Counselor, as you know, it's hard to pass a bill in the United States Senate. Our founders intended that to be the case, and consequently, if a bill does pass, it's gone through a long, arduous process. A lot of reports issued, a lot of debate, and all of it's written down. Why has it become common practice, and do you support it, of ignoring that rich legislative history when you interpret a statute?
Well, Senator, I think the first rule of statutory interpretation is that the text is what's paramount. And that's because the text is what actually proceeded through bicameralism and presentment, which are really just the fancy.
Of course, it's paramount, but why can't the text be supplemented by looking at the history?
I think the legislative history can sometimes provide a tool to help interpret the text. And it's often in parties' briefs, and I would, of course, consider it that way. But it's just important to keep in mind its subordinated role in that interpretation, because the intention of any particular legislator does not have the force of law. Instead, the text does. So the legislative history and the intentions of specific legislators should never take primacy over the text or refute the text.
But it doesn't have to, does it, Counsel? It just gives you context.
I agree with that.
When you interpret a statute or write a brief, and you think that the language is plain, aren't you tempted to go look at the history just to make sure that your interpretation is correct?